everybody, and welcome to another edition of Dem's Good Groceries. Chef Patrick came back with us again today to join us in the kitchen. Always glad to have you, brother.
Good to have you.
Always glad to have you back. Always. So today, folks, we talked about earlier in the week. You saw the video where we did the shrimp bowl, right? Well, I told you guys that was Chef Patrick's idea, and it was his seasoning blend that we're going to combine together today. So as you can see, we have plenty of seasonings, and we're going to put all that together, and it's going to be Dem's Good Seasonings. So, with that being said, where do we start?
Well, I mean, it wasn't really my idea. You got mad at me because I was making a shrimp bowl, and I said I want to use a little Old Bay, and you're like, dude, we're in culinary school. We don't do that. We're in the South. That's a northern thing. So you gave me a challenge, and challenge accepted. So I came up with about 22 ingredients in this little boil that I figured we could put together and try.
Well, thank God. And I hope that when you think Old Bay, you think Dem's Good Groceries. Because trust me, it's so much better. All right. So, what all do we have here, and how are we going to do it?
Okay, well, there's going to be two different versions of food. We have some whole seeds and things like that we need to grind to make a little bit fine powder. Then we have some different spices that we can just add into the mix. So it's
22 total.
About 21, 22, depending on which way you want to go with it.
All right.
So we'll start with, we're going to take some whole coriander seeds. And then we're also
we're using the old mortar and pestle, huh?
Yeah, I mean, this is all I have available. I mean, you know, back in the day, this is how you grind stuff. I can pretend like I'm in a pharmacy and I'm making groceries. So you just take the mortar and pestle and you press in there. You roll it as you're pressing to get things going. I mean, we could use this beautiful little coffee.
I know, but I had to know what that was for. I had to know. Yes, we do have a modern day version of this, so let's go ahead.
Pour that in there.
All right, so this is the coriander seed.
That's the whole coriander seeds.
Whole coriander. All right, we got a good look at those. The whole coriander. Beautiful. Oh, we're gonna go with that grinder. All right, what we got next?
Next, we got our whole peppercorns. It's a nice little mixture of the greens, the blacks, and the pinks.
Oh, nice, nice. A lot of flavor in there.
Yes, there is. I like to use whole peppercorns instead of the store-bought, because the store-bought's, you don't know how long it's been on the shelf.
Right.
It's not as fresh. You don't have the oils that come out when you grind them. Next, we'll start with the whole allspice.
These are whole ingredients, folks.
And then we'll start.
I can smell them.
Then we'll finish it off with one more of our whole cloves. Usually get cloves in that around the Christmas time.
Yeah.
When you're doing wassail and fun stuff like that. And then we're putting 6 whole bay leaves in there.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm very familiar with bay leaf. Red beans and rice, gumbo.
There you go. It's a good
Very familiar with those.
So go ahead and put your lid on there and we'll grind those up. Put a nice
We're going to get started here. And this is just a grinder. It's a coffee grinder. So if you have a coffee bean grinder at home, if that's all you really need in order to do it, or you can do the mortar and pestle, or however you want to go about doing it, we're just going to give it a little tap. And you kind of see it. Here, you kind of see how we're blending all that together. Just cutting and chopping, slicing, dicing. But how fine we want to go with this?
You want about the same consistency as you would the kosher salt.
All right.
Or, you know, one of the other ingredients is like.
Well, you like that?
Probably just a little bit more because you still have a little bit of fine chunks.
All right, a little bit more it is.
But you can definitely smell the aroma.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's nice. That's good. You put that in. That's wonderful.
And then add a little heat from that. Maybe some of your areas are getting your heat.
Man, what do you think?
That looks good. Why don't you go ahead and pour it in the bowl?
What? Smell-o-vision, people. There's so much happening in here. So much happening. We're going to go ahead and pour it into our bowl.
All right. From that, we'll go ahead and add our dried thyme.
A little extra in there.
Well, you go ahead. I'll keep adding the other. Don't miss any of it.
That's right. Good to the last drop.
That's right. So you add our dried thyme that we put in there. Next, we'll put in our dried dill. Then we'll put in our whole celery seed. Put in some dried oregano leaves. You told me to get technical. I was going to get technical.
No, you do. This is good.
We got some chives that we had cut up a little bit. We got some ground ginger.
Oh, very good for you, by the way. Ginger, very good during sick times. Boosts the immune system a little bit.
Got a little chili powder.
Can't go wrong with a little chili.
No. Got some dry mustard there for you. Give you a little warmth in that dish. A little onion powder.
You weren't kidding. That's 22
I
cents.
tell you, brother. Then you got the granulated garlic. We're almost done. Got 6 more to go.
All
Then
right.
we have our kosher salt here.
Okay, kosher salt.
Yes.
Different than iodized salt?
Yeah, I like the kosher salt. The iodized got that iron and stuff in there. You know, you get it from. It's not my favorite.
I know,
like
that's
it.
why I asked you.
Then we add a little sugar. Well, we'll put the sugar in last. I'll tell you why we're doing that.
All right.
Next, we'll put a little bit of lemon pepper.
Oh.
You can also do some dehydrated lemon zest if you don't want that kind of spice. I like a little more pepper in the spicy with
Yeah.
lemon. It also gets the citrus tones and the zest. Next, we're going to put in your heat. Now you got a little bit of ground cayenne, which we like
Ooh,
to
that's
use.
pretty. Yeah.
The red pepper. And we're going to put in 2 different types of paprika. We have a Spanish paprika.
So, quick question real quick. Paprika, different types. Tell us why.
There's a couple different types. So,
Okay.
paprika is formerly known in Hungary. Sorry.
Okay.
And they have about 8 different flavors. And they're
Wow, all right.
we only know about 3 here in the United States. They mostly use
Okay.
it in the ganache. In their goulash. My apologies.
So, like a smoked here, regular
yeah.
paprika. What's the third one?
Okay.
Your favorite.
We know the fancy one. Just the fancy standalone you put at the grocery store.
Right.
That's just a plain paprika from a normal pepper.
Right.
There's not real much heat, not much spice. It's mostly used as garnishment and color. That's
Okay.
what you see on your deviled eggs.
All right, got it.
A Hungarian spice, it has it in a couple different flavors. The ones we get is mostly like a sweet one.
Okay.
That'll add a little flavor, a little heat to it. The one
Okay.
I like, you can get it as smoked paprika, or you can also get
Yes.
it as a Spanish paprika.
Oh,
The reason why
okay.
it's smoked is because it's soaked and it's cooked oak. It's dried over oak leaves.
Okay.
It's like oak fire.
Okay.
From there they grind it and they pound it.
Okay.
From there. So
And that's a smoked paprika
that's
we
the
know
smoked
today.
paprika
Okay.
that we know, or otherwise a Spanish paprika.
Excellent. That's what we're using today.
That we're putting in there. So now you
Okay.
got warmth, you got heat, and I like to add just a little touch of sugar because you have all those flavors.
Right, yeah, a lot happening.
So I didn't want to put fat in there like any cream or
Right.
dairy, and we wanted to tone down the heat, so we add a little sweetness, and that's why we put the sugar in there. So now all we do is mix it up.
All right.
And you're gonna see how
That's
the
a
color
beautiful
comes together.
flavors, man. Look at the color in that. So nice. Beautiful color. And so this is what we're gonna do is a boil.
Yeah, this is what we normally use for a boil.
Okay.
With all that extra salt we have in there, you're gonna put this in a bowl. So what you do
Okay.
is you would take that and put it in your water, and that'll really flavor your water whenever you're doing.
Okay.
This time of year, it's springtime. Crawfish.
Yes.
Or even if you don't like the crawfish, you can do the shrimp.
Yeah, definitely.
Throw it with the potatoes.
What about if we want to put it on chicken and just try it out and bake it?
We can try it on chicken and bacon.
Let's
I think
try
it might be a little spicy for that. We can tone it down. That's what I'm working on right now. Is another
All right.
version where we tone it down
Well,
and make a rub out of it. But
I
hey,
got some chicken.
You got some chicken.
So let's give it a shot and see. I've never done a boil on a chicken before.
Okay.
So,
Thank you for washing your hands.
absolutely.
That raw
Wash
chicken.
those hands. We didn't start off with that, but that's okay.
That's okay. You weren't really touching anything that needed
That's
to
right. So you think a little hit there and just kind
be.
of
Just do a little nice,
Yeah.
have it up in the air so that way it spreads evenly.
I think the flavors in this are going to be remarkable with the chicken because you got that lemony. Oh, I can smell it. You got that lemony scent going on there with the flavors and a little bit of heat in that paprika. And we're going to give it a shot and see. Who knows? Anything can happen at Dem's Good Groceries, people. This could come out amazing. It could come out terrible. But I'm telling you right now, the smell, unbelievable. Well, let's pop it where? That's right, in the oven. That's where we're going to go.
So what, probably 350 for about 15 minutes?
Yeah, let's go 350 for 15 minutes. Let's take a small commercial break, folks. We'll be back right after this on Dem's Good Groceries. Hey everybody, Josh here from Dem's Good Groceries. Just reminding you, be kind to each other, folks. Make sure when you're out and about during this time that you thank the guys that are putting the meat on the rack there for you at the grocery store. Thank a truck driver. Buy them lunch, if they can't get through the drive-thru. Just do something nice to one another. We know right now is a hard time for everybody, and that is why we've decided to come together and try and do this cooking thing to educate you, to entertain you, and hopefully you're learning a thing or two as we go. We're going to work on doing some cooking with my family members later on via Skype or Zoom or FaceTime or something like that. And just remember, just because we can't all be together right now doesn't mean that we can't all cook together right now. So I will keep you and your family and our entire country in our prayers as we continue to move on and move forward. And again, thank you so much for liking the page, all the kind words, and subscribing to the channel. Make sure you continue to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the little bell, get those alerts, like the Facebook page, drop us a line or two. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, guys, thank you so much, and we appreciate you watching Dem's Good Groceries. All right, hey everybody, and welcome back. Chef Patrick had to get going. He's over to the lab coming up with the next spice, the next sauce we're going to do for you. But check it out, folks. We got our chicken out of the oven, and it is beautiful. Take a look at that, guys. And all I did, just so you know, was I took a little bit of olive oil, okay? A little bit of olive oil. And what we did was I just a little trickle, whoop, just like that. And I did that on the top of all of them, okay? And what that does, it brings all that spice together and holds it together. So, what we're gonna do now, of course, is give that a little test, kind of to see what we're working with. And these are just grilled chicken strips, okay? That's all it is, just grilled chicken strips, all right? Take a good look. And for planning purposes, for whatever reason, if you run into a situation, all we're going to do is I just take a few of these guys. And plating is really important, folks. Negative space, this availability around here, okay, is a good thing. It's not bad. A lot of people, oh, I got to cover the whole plate. No, you don't. You don't have to cover the whole plate. In this case, I'm going to just kind of stack these in a very kind of unique little situation here. Just like that. And boom. Just like that. Okay? And there you go. It's that simple, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the other thing we can do that I wanted to tell you about is Dem's Good Seasonings. There it is, folks. You can put it in here. Okay? You can put it in something like this. Okay? And if you guys really like it, we're going to start distributing it. Okay? Because this is a boil that not only can be used as a boil, but it can also be used as a rub. So you got a 2-in-1, well, pow, kind of situation happening there, okay? So stick around for more on Dem's Good Seasonings, because we're going to work on it. Patrick and I are going to get in the kitchen. We're going to test it out a little bit more, and we're going to come up with something really good for you. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the show. Be kind to one another. Be nice to one another. Hug those babies, and don't forget that whatever you do, whenever you cook something, make sure you give it a good taste. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, this rub, and I'm not saying this, folks, because my best friend and I made it, okay? I'm telling you this, I can taste almost every ingredient. It's coming through my nasal. I can smell the cloves. I can smell them. I can smell almost all of it. It is delicious. And you know what? It's Dem's Good Groceries. We'll see you next time, folks. Be kind to one another. We'll see you next time on Dem's Good Groceries. Good night.